Have you ever thought that the pain you feel today may not come from the wound, but from the lack of forgiveness? That's right. It may seem strange, but holding on to grudges has made many people's bodies, souls, and even their faith sick. What few people talk about is that Jesus Christ not only recommended forgiveness, he showed that it is the only real way to live in peace. While the world says keep what they did to you, he says free yourself by forgiving. Counterintuitive? Maybe. But that's where the secret to a truly free life lies. You may even think that forgiving is a sign of weakness. But what if I told you that forgiving is one of the most powerful and healing attitudes there is? And that Jesus knew this when he taught us to let go of what hurts us, to make room for healing, peace, and real love. In this video, you will discover not only why, but how to apply this, even in the most difficult situations. And believe me, you will not come out the same after hearing this. It's easy to think that forgiveness is just about letting go of something, but according to the teachings of Jesus Christ, it goes much further than that. Forgiveness is a choice that frees the soul, that lifts the weight from the heart and allows us to walk free. Many people carry their grudges as if they were carrying invisible chains, and they don't even realize that this is preventing true healing. When Jesus told us to forgive not 7 times, but 70 times 7, he was showing us that forgiveness is more about us than it is about others. It's a gift we give ourselves, a step toward inner peace. You see, when someone hurts us, we naturally feel anger, pain, and perhaps even a desire to distance ourselves or retaliate. But living in this cycle is like taking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Have you ever thought about that? Jesus Christ taught us that love is the superior path, and forgiveness is a living expression of that love. Forgiving doesn't erase the past, but redirects the future. When we choose to forgive, we make room for God to do something new, something that truly heals and transforms. And do you know what's even stronger? Forgiveness is one of the most real ways to show the character of Christ in us. He himself, hanging on the cross, asked the Father to forgive those who were killing him. This was not weakness. It was liberation in its most powerful form. And it is this example that we are called to follow, even when everything inside us wants to do the opposite. But how do we begin this process when the pain is still raw? There is a simple and profound step that can start us on this path. When we choose not to forgive, it is as if we leave an open wound in our hearts. Over time, it becomes infected. It turns into resentment, sadness, anxiety, and often we don't even understand why life seems stuck. Jesus Christ knew this when he warned us that if we don't forgive, we won't be forgiven either. This is not divine punishment. It is the natural reflex of a soul that refuses to free others and itself. There are people who have lived with their chests tight for years because of something that happened long ago. A betrayal, a bad word, an abandonment. And the more time passes, the harder the heart becomes. Peace disappears, healing doesn't come, and the weight grows. It is like walking every day with a backpack full of rocks on your back, trying to run. Forgiveness is exactly what removes these rocks. It is what sets the soul free. Besides, holding on to grudges even affects our bodies. Have you ever seen someone who lives bitterly? The slumped shoulders, the heavy gaze, the constant tiredness. It's not just emotional, it's physical. Jesus Christ cares about this. He wants to see his children healed, complete, full of love. But to do this, we need to let go of what hurts. What happens when we choose to forgive, even when we don't feel like it? Few people realize this, but forgiveness is a direct bridge between the human heart and the heart of God. When we forgive, we align ourselves with the essence of heaven. After all, Jesus Christ is the very expression of forgiving love. He didn't demand that we be perfect in order to accept us. He set us free even when we were still making mistakes. And every time we decide to forgive someone, we become more like him. It's no wonder that Jesus taught us in the Lord's Prayer to say, "Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors." He made a point of connecting our healing with our willingness to forgive. Heaven works on the basis of grace, and those who receive grace are called to share it. When you offer forgiveness, you make room for God to also enter and work within you. It's like unlocking a door that has been stuck for years. The truth is that lack of forgiveness can distance us spiritually. We can pray, sing, and serve in church, but if our hearts are stuck in hurt, something is blocking us. Forgiveness is not a detail, it's a key. And Jesus Christ invites us to use this key to restore our connection with the Father. But how can we use this key when the pain still cries out for justice? There's a greater force that can sustain us in this process. Forgiveness is not only a spiritual act, it is also a powerful emotional remedy. How many times is the soul sick, and we do not realize that the root is a hidden resentment? Jesus Christ knew that the human heart holds wounds, and that is why he taught about healing with such depth. Forgiveness cleanses these wounds from within, like a balm that restores the shine to the eyes. It is not just about the other person. It is about our own liberation. Many people live trying to distract themselves from the pain. Excessive work, shallow relationships, endless social networks. But true peace does not come from the outside. It begins when something inside us is resolved. And forgiveness is that resolution. It closes cycles, takes away the weight of the past, and allows us to walk freely, with lightness and purpose. It is like taking a bath in the soul, washing away what was hidden but still controlled us. And the most beautiful thing is that this process does not happen alone. Jesus Christ walks with us. He understands our pain, knows the injustices we suffer, and yet he calls us to forgive, because he knows that forgiveness is the path to healing, true love, and the freedom that transforms. And even when we can't forgive on our own, we can ask for help. But how can we take that step if we still feel like we can't? Practicing forgiveness in your daily life doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means choosing freedom, even in the face of pain. Sometimes the first step is simply praying for the person who hurt you, even with tears in your eyes. Jesus Christ showed us that loving your enemies and praying for those who persecute you is an act of strength, not weakness. Start small. A sincere prayer, an honest conversation, a thought that replaces hate with love. Forgiveness is a process, and each step is part of the healing. You can write a letter, even if you never send it. You can talk to God about the wound that still bleeds. You can put the person's name on a prayer list, not so that they will change, but so that you will be set free. These are simple but deeply spiritual actions. Each time you choose forgiveness, even in silence, you are creating space for more peace in your heart, and that space is where God likes to dwell. And if forgiveness seems impossible, remember that Jesus Christ taught us that all things are possible with him. You don't have to feel like it. You just have to take the step. He takes care of the rest. When we choose to set others free, we become truly free as well. And the more we forgive, the more we learn to truly love. Now, you may be wondering, where exactly do I begin this journey? You've come this far, and now, what are you going to do with all this? Are you going to continue carrying this pain that imprisons you? Or are you going to choose the path of forgiveness that frees and heals? Jesus Christ has already shown you the way. The rest is up to you. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it's a choice. And every time you choose to forgive, you are telling your soul, now you are free. Can you think of someone who needs your forgiveness today? Maybe it's someone who hurt you. Or maybe it's yourself. What's stopping you from letting go right now? Right here in the comments. I choose to forgive. Or share your story if you want. This can touch other lives too. Remember, the forgiveness you give is the same one that transforms you. And if this video spoke to you in any way, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and come with us on this journey of growth, faith, and healing through the teachings of Jesus Christ. There's still a lot of profound stuff coming, and you won't want to miss it.